Hello Exile, this is already the fourth part of my progress, and by the end of the video we will have an almost perfect magic fine tornado shot. So, first I need level 4 Enlighten, so we can fit Petrified Blood to use Divination Distillate. Additional 12% quantity and 30% rarity, even more in our case since we are taking increased effect to our flask in the tree. Since I got a taste of hate, I decided to use it for a while instead of Jade Flask, until I buy Progenesis. It's also time to buy a good Venter S, 10% quantity 30% rarity, good life, and resistances. Improve the build a bit by making 21 Tornado Shot Gem. Some gambling, level 3 Enlighten and 1550 Greed's Embrace. Not the best outcome, but reduced extra damage from critical strike might be useful. It's time to buy the Awakened Fork, and make it level 5 with the Bestiary recipe. I also have a few bases of rings. It's time to make an additional currency. I'll explain a little. I'm doing 20% physical quality on Heartbound Loop Ring. These rings use cast when damage taken builds, and with this quality and useful implicit they cost a couple of divine. And I finally found Hideout on Crimson Temple. Another reliquary key, look what's inside. Golden tabula, looks cool. Always check fractured item, sometimes there are expensive items. So, I farmed 120 maps from my previous Wandering Path strategy. It's time to test the new strategy. It doesn't differ much from the previous one, except for the lack of Wandering Path. The compasses remain the same. These are Enraged, Beyond, Hunted Traders and Strongbox Corrupted. Same goes for Scarabs, Gilded Ambush, Divination, and Reliquary plus any Elder Scarab which gives an extra pack size. If you don't like the Elder Scarab you can replace it with a Legion Scarab. The main changes in the Atlas, since we no longer use Wandering Path. In the tree we take notable passive, such as additional strongbox, duplicate currency, and divination cards from strongboxes, more divination cards from beyond monsters and other. We still use the 7th gate keystone to run the ambush mod from map device. Also I blocked metamorph and heist, since those mechanics don't give extra mobs on the map. I will leave a link to this atlas in the description of the video so that you can read it in detail. But to be honest, despite the differences between different atlases, when using the aforementioned scarabs and compasses, all apothecary drops out in about the same way, so you should not go in cycles in someone else's atlas. Just take something as a basis and farm what you like. Some, for example, they like to farm Abyss or Harbinger. As for the map, I run 8 mod Crimson Temple. Most of the maps I corrupted myself, sometimes I have to buy more on the trade. I go through all mods except Cannot Leech and any Reflect. If you have Elegant Hubris with rarity on Leech node, you can take 10% Leech instant mastery and map with Cannot Leech. You can get rid of the physical Reflect by using Watcher Eye with Hatred Convert, Mastery and additional Convert on Quiver, in which case you will have to buy a Quiver with Implicit Synthesis, or when using Eye of the Great Wolf, instead of Ascetic, you can take a Quiver with Influence. We can't pass Elemental Reflect because when our mana runs out we deal damage with a default attack that Awakened Elemental damage with attack doesn't work on. Such cards can be put aside, and when there are enough of them, you can take Yugal Pantheon and Reflect Mastery to pass them. I bought some Perfect Roll Greed's Embrace and Locus of Corruption. Ideally I want to get +1 level of Socketed Gem, Since I have auras and enlighten in this armor, its level 5 and nodes in the tree will be enough for me for all my auras. In previous leagues, I also used Herald of Purity, but for the moment I decided to abandon it, since in order to get it you need to take a small cluster jewel with reservation and spend additional points in the tree, which we already have a little. And I got nothing. I decided to make a perfect helmet for Ascetic. I bought a base with perfect percentile pig-faced bassinet with tornado shot enchant, make it 30% quality. It's completely unnecessary, but I like it. Making implicit and crafting rarity from bench. It was easy. Usually I spent a lot of currency on it. Also sold a quiver with additional arrow and attack speed for 15 divine. What do we have here? Another apothecary. And I bought Progenesis, almost perfect roll. After that I went to 5-way, and it was a long, really long time. It took about 2 hours to level up from 99 to 100. I also bought Megalomaniac with Spike Concoction, a very important node as it strengthens our flasks. There is also a useful arcing shot node. The third one is useless. I will pick up better in the future. I also wanted to try to make a medium clustered jewel with corrupted blood. But it didn't work out. And I decided to continue Corrupt Greed's Embrace. Still nothing. And many people ask how much time I have on the character. A little about the build. Of the expensive items, I just have to wait for the Mirror Bow, buy a better Watcher Eye and Elegant Hubris. In the main bundle of gems, I use item rarity support. If your build lacks damage, you can replace it with increased critical damage support. Also pay attention to the cost of your sniper's mark. If you don't have enough mana to use it, you can take life tap instead of enhance for a little damage loss, or life mastery skills cost life instead of 30 of mana cost. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. I will be happy to answer. Also do not forget to like. Thank you.